to me about owning what you do, just accountability. And I'm sharing some more about that because a lot of times we expect results that we are not putting effort in. And with God, He can do anything. There is nothing too hard for God. And God has also put things inside of us that He put there for us to be able to manage and steward different things that He's given us to do. Mission, assignments, things like that, our purpose, and the plan that He has for us. Yes, He orders our steps and guides us and trains us. And there are different things that come in our life not to harm us, like He said in Jeremiah 29:11, but to give us hope in a future. With that, there are challenges, and those challenges are not to defeat us or to harm us, but they are to help us grow, right? They are to help, they are something, there is something in that to help us, right? If our enemy is our footstool, we need something to elevate us. We need something to get us to the next level. And with the next level, like I was actually at a Bible study, and he said simply, and I've heard this before, but tests are meant to get you to another level. In grade school, you have to take a certain test. IQ tests are to see where you are, to see how your brain has developed, and if you are in the right position. Because if you are too advanced, you shouldn't be in that space. You shouldn't be in that position. You shouldn't be in that level or grade, so that you can be in advanced space to where you need something more challenging. In school, if you are in a school or setting that you feel like you are not challenged, then you are not growing. You have to have those continuous challenges so that you can grow, so that you can elevate. What do you need to also unlearn so that you can learn something else that will work in the timing of what God gives you? And I was reading today, what was that? Was it First Corinthians? Let's see. This is when Paul was talking about the spiritual gifts, right? And I want to say it was chapter 9. Don't quote me on it. I'll put it in the description. But with that, we are given different gifts. We are given different talents that God has already instilled in us. God has made everything in the world to have something within to flourish, right? The plants that we plant has a seed in a seed. We plant those different seeds, and when their fruit becomes what it's supposed to be, then you can multiply it by planting again that seed from that fruit. So within us, we have some gifts, we have some spiritual gifts, some talents, and as well physical. But we are to seek God to know how to use those gifts in the timing of what makes sense in that time frame, or what makes sense to use. Like if you're in war, what weapon should you use within this battle or in those different moments? So God just really has been talking to me about understanding that challenges are going to come, but they are not to harm you, they are not to destroy you, they are to build you up and help you grow so that you can really do what it is that you're called to do. And within the second part of what he's been talking to me about is to believe in what you've learned, right? You are to take what you've learned, what you've been trained on. And I've talked about this a few times about Noah, or not Noah, Moses, when he was with the staff. God had been training him. He had used that staff for numerous times within his going back and forth to Pharaoh. And he used the staff to do those different miracles and signs and wonders. And when he got to the sea, he was kind of at a stuck moment in his mind. But God was like, why are you crying to me? Use your staff, go forth, right? And with that, we have to understand that God has trained us for a lot of things. We've experienced a lot of things, not to put up a block to where we don't trust anybody anymore, we don't do this or anymore, but we are now learning to guard the things that we've learned and trained on, so that we can better use it the next time we come across this same type of problem. It may look different, right? Just like the faces may look different, but it may have the same spirit, so that you can recognize those things, so that you don't go back to the same issue or same type of situation, because you've learned from it. So it's about the taking the accountability of what God has already taught you, what you already know, what you already learned, what areas in your life where you feel like you haven't grown because you haven't used something that you have been trained on. Or if it's a weak area, focus on that weak area and see how God can help you elevate and strengthen those areas. It may be some help that you need, it may be some assistance from someone who is strengthening those areas that God will bring into your life. And with myself and just my experience, there are people that I thought I really needed in my life, but that was the weakness of me, of wanting something that I thought I lacked, but I had. So God will show you some things as well, the truth of what you have that you don't need, and people can come into your life. The devil, like how he did with Eve, she already had the image of God, and he told her she was missing it. And he, I'm paraphrasing by the way, and he deceived her to think that she needed something that she already had. So really seeking God for an increase of discernment, how to strengthen the weak areas of where you lack, because the body of Christ, we need the ear, we need the eyes, we need the hand, we need every part of the body of Christ. So whatever best you operate in, let God show you. Pray to God to see what area you operate in, and what area you need other people to operate in your life. And with those relationships, it should be a balance. I was talking to someone earlier about having that balance type of relationship with people. Thank you. Not having relationships where you're just pouring, but when you have the discernment to know if someone is just wanting to receive from you, or if you have a categorized relationships, to know this is not that type of relationship. There are boundaries with each person that you have in your life. So just really taking accountability, understanding that you will have continuous challenges. Those challenges are to help you grow, right? This is for your growth. We are going to continue to grow as long as we learn from the mistakes, we learn from the things that we've gone through, the people that we've experienced or encountered, that these things, don't let those be a hardness in your heart, but to understand that this is something that I've experienced, that you will continue to know that you'll have different things to help you get to the next level, because there is always another level. Listen, I've been in business for a very long time, but there are different things that I know I have been challenged with, that I have to pass, right? And I'm coming to you as well as testifying that God will see you through it, as long as you trust him, as long as you have the accountability to do your part. Know where you have lacked focus in. That is a huge thing, to know where you've been distracted, because those distractions are something that can also keep you from elevating and growing. So I love y'all. This was a very short thing to share, but I hope that you can play it again and maybe get some revelation from it, and allow God to show you truth, and what areas you need to focus in, and how you can grow. Though those challenges will come, he will help you. He has never left nor forsaken you, and he won't start, as long as you continue to seek him for direction, and he will definitely give that to you. So I love you all. If you haven't, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the new people who are coming to this channel. This channel is so much more than what I can, show right now and tell you guys right now. But God is definitely doing some changes. So I thank you all, and share it with someone that you may think that needs to hear it, and like the video. All right, talk to y'all soon.